It's without doubt a major escalation for the cartels. Strike forces absolutely means 3 hours fighting its by blew themselves.
How many total?
We've got 15 in our man. About 20 the enemies. We haven't even checked the allspace yet.
Don't forget you lost an helicopter.
Most bodies burnt by the explosion and illegible. It will be some weeks before we have a clearer DNA on the victims. Chief and Secretary of Commission was rushed here to visit the injured soldiers from Beijing.
There are no survivors for questioning.
Watch the news. U.S. President, Prime Minister of France, British, and Russia solidarity with the Chinese anti-terrorist operations.
Qualitative changes in the relationship between Russia and the West following.
Where are the hostages? There's no one here. It's weird. Anomaly that Chang activities against government. We record the radio conversation in field that shows it's a trap.
We began to commemorate the killed in the action and lowered flag. People spontaneously gathered in square and also play patriotic songs. My explanation is that these dead were blindly in terrorist groups.
Simply says they are idiots. Imagine having firepower can rebellion. The results were making mistakes, sent himself to God.
She's a thumper. Our officers found files, contact lists, bank records, as well as a project after search of Chang's Shanghai mansion.
How we know about Chang's operation now?
Most of his company has legitimate businesses, but he's rumored to be linked with one of the Middle East terrorist groups. He's most likely their senior member in the China.
No intelligence units knows him. He's off the grid or bribed enough people.
Isn't used to see event now. We're expanding the scope of the investigation. And we found it.
Is not something gross or dangerous, right?
We found the detail of Change bribes Air Force pilot.
About tracing the renegaded pilot. Satellite shows that J-11 was crashed near coastal after from the airspace of Taiwan. The pilot, Colonel Kai, missing after eject.
Kai's colleagues said he is patriotism, without standing by prompt as fighter escort. This is an honor. But also, the recent rumors that Kai suffers stock market plunge, hit by huge losses.
Taiwan often talk about the evidence for trial.
Democracy needs science.
Bingo. First group of DNA reports released. Chang is dead for sure.